Okay, it's recording. All right, so thanks guys for hopping on. This is, what is it, January 8th. It is Coach Basics for Liberate Group. Um, Coach Basics call number one. We will have three of these calls. I'll go over a little bit in a little bit what you can expect from this group. I'm just muting everybody. So, but don't feel like you can't talk. If you want to talk, feel free to unmute yourself. It just helps eliminate the background noise. So today's assignment, if you hadn't looked already, was all about your why. And just looking quickly, I just remember seeing Kara's response and Katie's response. And so it was awesome that you guys, were able to do that. And I love seeing your whys. And you're right. I think both of you said like your why will probably evolve as you just kind of continue on in your coaching journey. And you're right. My why has evolved so much since I started as a coach. So we're going to talk a little bit about your why. We're going to talk about what to expect in this group. And we're going to, if you have any initial questions that you want to go over, we can chat about that. I'm going to do my best to keep this short and sweet because I know we all have a lot of stuff going on. So we're just going to go around and we're going to go around as if we're in a circle. We're just going to go around and who's that? I don't know whose phone number that is. And we are going to introduce ourselves because, not all of us know each other. And then I want you to talk about your why. So, just introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, how long you've been a coach, maybe something fun about yourself, and whatever. And then, talk about your why. And it's okay if you're not 100% sure on your why, because like I just said, your why is going to evolve. Your why, someone's why when they start as a coach for like 2 weeks or like a day, like Chantel, it's going to look very different than a coach like I am who has been a coach for like 3 years. So it's totally okay wherever, your why is, and everybody's whys are different. And that's what's kind of neat too. So just a little short and sweet little info about your why as we kind of get this group off and running and just kind of, see where we're all at. So I'll start. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooke. I have been a coach for it's like that in between 2.5 years and 3 years. It's been like 2 years and 8 months or something weird. And I started coaching about 4 months before I got pregnant. I was a teacher. I taught kindergarten for 6 years. And it was just literally sucking the life out of me. And I hated it by the end. And I just hated it. And so I kind of, being a type A, being a planner, I always kind of looked to the future. I knew that I wanted to get pregnant one day. I knew that I wanted to stay home with my kids. I knew that I couldn't in my current situation. So long story short, I just became a coach. I never looked back and I started hustling. And it was kind of crazy. I was like that teacher who was super pregnant and working full time, bringing work home on the weekends and at night and still coaching on the side. Because I had that vision, I knew the outcome. I knew that short-term sacrifices would add up to long-term results. It sounds really cliche, but it's true. So I was hustling. Because I was able to take a 16-month leave of absence, whereas I should have only been able to take like a 4-month leave. And then here I am, a brand new mom with a newborn. I'm exhausted. It's just, the whole nine. And I'm still hustling because I knew at the end of those 16 months, did not want to go back. I knew how miserable I would be if I had to be. So I retired as a teacher at the age of 31. I certainly haven't replaced my income, but I'm at a pretty good situation where I prefer to stay home and not pay for daycare. Hey, how are you? So my why, that's kind of my story, but my why is everything has to do with my son and my family. So from the get-go, I've kind of always had a strong why, I think because I've always kind of been backed into a wall, like backed into a corner, like we say, because, if I didn't hustle and I didn't make things happen, then I would have had to go back to work. And I really, really, really didn't want that. So I have such an emotional attachment to my why, which I think is what drives me every day. And so, I'm now able to stay home with my son, which is great. But now I am still backed in a corner because we are building a house that not really sure how we're going to totally pay for. So, and it's up to my husband has recently got a great promotion, which is awesome, but it means he's not getting a promotion again for a while. So it means that it's up to me to pay the difference. So I've always had, a strong why because I've had to. And so I encourage you, your why may look completely different than mine, but I encourage you to kind of have that emotional connection to your why if you can, and really dig deep. And like I said, it'll happen over time. Don't worry if you don't have that, that strong why right away. It's okay. But that's my why in a nutshell. And I'll just call out names. I'm going to have the veteran coaches go first. Joe, you want to share your why and a little bit about yourself?
Sure. All right, so I'm going to do the very quick version because my story is long by just its own self.
Well, also Joe is a talker.
I am, but I've made it so efficient, but it's still long. Anyway, all right, so my whole journey with Beachbody started with the programs. About 3 years ago, I was 70 pounds heavier than I am today. And I was not feeling very good about myself. I'm a dad of 3 boys. I have a 9, almost 10-year-old, and 2 6-year-old twins. So if you do the math, going back 3 years ago, they were 3 years younger. And I'm this dad of 3 boys and stressing out because I just turned 40 and I'm out of shape. I wasn't feeling good. I had been on cholesterol meds for over 10 years. And really started to stress out about my own mortality. My dad was in declining health. A lot of different things were hitting me at once. And so I knew I needed to make a change, and Beachbody was my answer. I tried the gym numerous times, and I would show up one day and then wouldn't show up again for 2 weeks. It just wasn't working for me. I needed something to eliminate all of my excuses. Which was time. Very busy at my day job, which I'll get to in a little bit. But my career was taking up a lot of my time, and rightly so, because I needed to have that career to support my family. But then I started to think, what good is my career and what good is the money that I make if I'm not there, to make it and to be there for my family. So that was my driver to actually get healthy first. And I did it. I started to do the programs. I got hooked into P90X3 and did the program a couple times, moved on to Insanity, and lost about 40 pounds. And then I was in an accident. I was in an ATV. I was passenger in the vehicle. One thing led to another. We were going at a very high rate of speed, and the driver turned the wheel, wrongly so, and flipped over onto my side. My body was dragged across about 20 feet of pavement, and my foot got trapped under a 1,600-pound vehicle. So needless to say, I was pretty messed up, but I always considered myself lucky that I had started my fitness journey when I did. Because I had the strength to hold on to the roll cage and keep 2 200-pound guys who were in the vehicle with me from driving me further into the pavement. At the end of the day, in terms of broken bones, I had 2 broken ribs, and I had no damage to my back or neck. I had a lot of skin damage. My foot was bleeding for a good month and a half before it finally stopped. And I was out of commission for 2 months. The doctor told me I was going to be out of commission for 6 to 8 months. And I just looked at him and told him that was not going to happen. I will be healthy in 2 months. And he laughed at me, basically, told me I was crazy in clinical terms. He said that was a little bit aggressive. But I already gave you the story of that. I did succeed. I was ready in 2 months. And a couple months after that, I ran my first Spartan race. So the long and the short is, if you believe in yourself and you have the confidence in yourself, you can do anything. You're going to start hearing this because it's one of the 80-day obsession taglines. You can do hard things, and we can all do hard things. So my hard thing was to get myself motivated, inspired to get in shape, and I did it. So that's my fitness part of my story. How did I meet that one over there in the upper left-hand corner? So
I'm not certain I'm in the upper left-hand corner for everybody. Am I in the upper left-hand corner for everybody? I'm just curious.
That one over there in the bathrobe.
No, he always does that, so I'm just asking.
So that one. So anyway, when I was getting fit and doing the workouts, I had a buddy named Dave. He's also on our team. Kind of looks like me, beard. He and I were working out together. Basically, he was doing. I didn't hear that, but I'm just gonna keep moving because I'm on a time limit here. So we were working and keeping each other accountable. He was doing his workout. I was doing my workout. We didn't want to let each other down. Now, during my accident, obviously, I couldn't work out. I mean, I was doing my physical therapy and driving my physical therapist nuts because I was, doing things she was telling me not to do and trying to get back to my workouts. But at the same time, Dave was moving on in his workouts. And when he would post on Facebook or Twitter or something like that, I would be there to back him up and say, "You got this, buddy. You can do it." And Brooke happened to be friends with Dave, and I did not know that. But Brooke saw me, and one thing led to another, and we connected. And she decided to invite me to a coach sneak peek. So I sat there and I said, I had thought about coaching because, back when I started this, it was all DVDs. It wasn't Beachbody On Demand. And at the end of the program, some of the workouts, they would talk about, you could be a coach too. So I knew that there was a coaching opportunity. I did not know the full potential of it. I just thought to myself, helping other people would be cool. So when Brooke invited me, the first thing I threw out, Brooke, do you remember my excuse why I said no? You don't remember my excuse? I told Brooke that I didn't have enough time.
I was good at guess time. Time is everybody's excuse.
So I said, I thought about it, but I don't have enough time. I think I threw out there and I said something like, I've thought about doing it, maybe in the future when my kids are older or something like that. Again, not knowing about the full potential of this whole thing, just thinking this was just sort of like, an activity, a hobby or something that I could just help a few people out or, just that was that, help myself stay more accountable, whatever. And so then Brooke was like, I think Brooke came out and she's like, yeah, people work the business as much as they want. Some people throw in 15 minutes, some people throw in an hour here and there or whatever. And I'm like, I could do that. And then she said, well, think it over. And she invited me to the sneak peek. I said, why not? I'll get all the information anyway. So I did the sneak peek and I was absolutely blown away by the potential. I was just showing up every single day, just wanting to see the next video, learn more about this. And, I let Brooke sweat it out all the way to Friday because back then we did 5-day sneak peeks. And I let her sweat it out all the way to Friday, but I'm telling you, I would have signed up like Tuesday morning. But you didn't contact me even on Friday. I contacted you and said I was in. So,
I was probably just trying to play it cool.
You were playing it cool. You're probably just about to, and you're just like, oh, he's already in. I just said, yep, sign me up. I'm in. And again, I didn't even know the full potential. I didn't know how this was going to change me. Again, I signed up because I thought it was going to be cool and just be fun and help a few people along the way. That was my why at the time for being a coach. My why has always, my why for my own health and for doing the programs has always been about my kids and increasing my longevity so I can spend as much time with my wife and my kids. But at the time for the business, I wasn't really associating myself with the why. So at the same time when I decided to become a coach, things changed at my job. I was doing very well as the head of my department at a medical device company, already making well into 6 figures, and my company got sold to another company. We went from 900 people to 18,000 people. And at that point, things started to change. I was no longer the head of the department. I mean, it wasn't like a bad thing from their point of view. It was kind of like, we already have the head of the department. We want to keep you, so we're just going to slot you in here. From my perspective, though, they were taking me out of a position that I was very successful in and putting me into a position where I was not going to be as successful because I didn't want to be. I did not want to follow somebody else's rules, somebody else's plan. I had already started to build my own department with my own rules, and it was very successful. And I recognized right away that the new company, their processes were terrible. They didn't take to feedback. They didn't want to hear what we did, maybe learn from us. They just said, forget about what you know. You're just going to do this. They got theirs, though. 6 months after they bought us, they got bought too. So now we went up to from 900 to 18,000 to 94,000 people. And again, getting further and further lost in the shuffle. And this is, people talk about pyramid schemes. Corporate America is your pyramid scheme, because that is just where you just continue to get buried down at the bottom. And the only person who keeps making money is that person who keeps pulling the trigger on these large sales and selling off your company and changing all the relationships that you have. So that all started connecting, and I just sat there and I started to get involved in this Coach Basics like you guys are right now. And I started to understand the full perspective of what the full potential of this business and what we can actually do with it. And my why instantly changed. And it became freedom for me and for my kids. So when they grow up, they always have this as an option. And I will always have that financial freedom that I'm working to build. And one day that I can leave that job and become a full-time coach and build this as a business, as a lasting legacy. It's still all about, for me, it's still about helping people, but it's doing something that I can be proud of. Because at the end of the day, when that final day does come for me, I can look back, my kids can look back and say that his life actually meant a difference. He didn't just sit in an office, following somebody else's rules. He made his own, he designed his own life, and he helped a shitload of people along the way. And that's what I want my life to be. So, sorry, that was way too long.
Thanks, Joe. No, it's good. Erica's going to go next, but I just wanted to, put a plug in here that I think everybody's part of everybody's why, especially when we start, but we wouldn't be here if we didn't like helping people, right? We're all here because we want to help people. I used to hate talking about money. It felt so skeezy, and I just hated it. But on one of the National Wake Up Calls once, somebody talked about how it's not necessarily about the money, but it's about what the money represents. Because at the end of the day, we all have bills. So yeah, we love to help people, but we have, you wouldn't be here if you just love to help. We have to make money too, because it's a business. And so it's all about what the money represents. And, if it's paying your bills so you can have more time freedom, or paying your bills so you can do what you want, or paying your bills so you can stay home with your kid, so that's kind of why I think I brushed over it, because I don't really even think about that part anymore, because to me it's just kind of assumed. But of course, we love helping people. I think that's the teacher in me too. I just, love making people feel good, but it's okay to talk about the money side of it. All right, Erica, you're up.
Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to be brief and quick. But when I started coaching, it's getting close to almost 2 years ago now. And I had just had a really good experience with the challenge groups and the 21-day fix, and Brooke invited me. And I also didn't think I had the time. I have two kids in elementary school, and I work full-time. I'm a school counselor, and just lead a busy life like everyone else. And I was like, I don't have time for that. But then I started to think about, my selfish reason was that I didn't want to lose the accountability that I had for my own fitness journey. I had really loved the team atmosphere of the challenge groups, and I didn't want to lose that. And I thought, if I was sharing my journey with other people and trying to coach other people, that I would certainly have to be accountable for that, for not gaining the weight back that I had lost, and not being inconsistent with my workouts like I had been in the past. So that was my initial why. And I also like to help people. That's kind of what my career has been all about is, I kind of went into it to help people. But I also, as I've gotten to learn this business, my why has evolved. And it's still evolving and becoming stronger, I would say. I just wanted, I didn't really consider the money very much. I thought it would just be a hobby that I would do on the side. And so, but over time, it's given me a lot of things. One is confidence and, a belief in myself that maybe I could do something different. Maybe I could be successful in this. I don't have the strongest belief still. That's still growing in me that I can be super successful in this, but it's getting stronger every day. And you really need to believe in yourself in this business, no matter what your why is. I do like school counseling, but I'm burnt out. I've been doing it for over 15 years, and I love the idea of having the freedom to build a business at home and to be home more often with my kids, to be able to have more time freedom, and the income, the possibility of the income that I could make from this business can allow me to do that, and maybe allow my husband and I to travel more with the kids, or be home and drive them to their activities, or more often, or not miss the things that happen during the school day like I do. So those are some of, that's my why, I guess, is kind of, I would love to cut down my hours at my full-time job and eventually go full-time. But so that's what I'm working towards. And staying healthy and paying it forward.
Awesome. Thank you, Erica. That was great.
Welcome.
All right, Robin, do you mind sharing your why? I'm going to unmute you. Let me see if I can. Can I do it just like this? Yes. Oh. I think we were doing it at the same time.
Well, I'm still working on my why. My big one, it's still changing. I've really seriously been a coach since May, where I gave my notice at work. I was a teacher, and had been working there for about 20 years. I was head of the department, and I hated it. I hated every single minute of it. I hated the parents. I was beginning to hate the kids. It was bad. My last year there was really bad. I love the people I work with. I work with Erica, and so they were pretty great, and they were all supportive. And Erica's my coach. I saw something with this program that I connected with, and it works. I totally believe in it, and because I had such a deep belief that these programs work, I wanted to help other people. The other part of my why is I wanted something financially stable. If I'm going to leave this job, I need money coming in. So really been hoping to be pretty consistent with all of this. And so I'm still like at the very beginning of building my business. And I guess my why is evolving as I go through it. But I see that myself has changed in the positive. I have much more confidence. I would have been hiding under the table a couple months ago. Brooke asked me to speak to everybody, and I don't know any of you. Literally, I would have been bright red in tears under the table and going, "No, Brooke, I can't do it. Don't ask me. I can't do it." So I've gained more confidence. I think I relate to people better. And I'm actually, believe it or not, back at my old school. I'm subbing. I'm doing maternity leave for 3 months. But it just reinforces all the reasons why I left in the first place. But it's a different subject matter. So it's totally new, and it's with different kids that I haven't had for like 2 or 3 years. So I'm enjoying it, but I enjoy being a coach so much more. For me, it just seems to be so much more fulfilling.
Yeah, absolutely. 1000%.
So now I'm going to go hide under the table.
Oh, that was awesome. Thank you, Robin, for sharing.
You're welcome.
Who is on the phone? I'm just curious. Oh, that's you, Chantel? That's her audio. Got it. Okay, cool. Because we're missing a couple people, and I'm like, I have no idea what people's cell phone numbers are. So, okay, awesome. All right, Kara, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Good. So I think my why is a little selfish at the moment, but not really. So it's more like that I want to feel good again. I've always been an active person. I've played 3 sports growing up. I mean, I've been out of high school for a while, but I've always been pretty active and fit and healthy. And I think since I've had my first child, I just kind of let that go. And I kind of lost myself in there somewhere, just taking care of everybody and making sure that they were all set. That a couple of weeks ago, I texted Brooke or messaged Brooke, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I need to get myself back. So that's basically my why, is I just want to feel the confidence, and I want to feel good, and I want to feel healthy, and I want to get back to myself. And then she asked me about the coaching opportunity because I am a stay-at-home mom. I am trying to find something that I can do in order to raise a family and also support my husband financially as well. So those are really my whys right now. Of course, I want to help other people and inspire other people, but I think I want to more inspire myself first and enjoy my journey and prove to myself that I can do it. And then hopefully everybody else will follow.
That's perfect. That's great. That's a great why. Awesome. Thanks for sharing. All right, Katie, do you want to share?
Am I unmuted?
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, I, like Robin, was laughing at your stories because I'm also a teacher. I actually started teaching the year before Brooke, and we taught together for a couple of years. It's something I think I still love, but most days don't know. And so you leave wondering, is it me? Is it the kids? Is it the administration? And it leaves you feeling crappy at the end of the day. So I think my why is kind of multifaceted. I'm passionate about yoga. So I'm certified to be a yoga teacher, but I don't get to use that because I don't have time. I can't teach a class in the middle of the day because I'm at work. And so my current job doesn't allow for that flexibility. So I'd love to have more flexibility in my life to pursue my passions. Yes, I love teaching, but there are other ways to utilize that passion in other areas so that I can teach yoga and do other things. And then for me, like Brooke has been saying, a lot of it is financial. So like I keep looking around my shoulder, like I have a roommate. I just don't feel like an adult because I still have all these things. Like on a teaching salary, you just can't do all the things you want to do. So I think that's a huge part of it, is that I just want to feel like things are my own, and that I can do the things I want and pursue even like other yoga trainings or another degree if I want one, that I don't have to say no because of finances.
I love it. Thanks for sharing. Joe said in the chat, he said you could get certified to be a PiYo instructor.
Oh.
Yes, I'm certified in P90X and Insanity Live. But we can talk if you're interested. I can get you information and hook you up.
Yeah, for sure. There's actually a yoga studio around here that has taught a couple PIO classes.
Yeah. So that would be cool for you, because I'm sure you've probably dabbled with PIO a little bit, and it's a fun program. So
yeah, let's chat.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks, Joe.
You're welcome.
All right. And Genesis, is that how I say your name? Oh, here, hold on. You're muted. Is that how I pronounce your name?
Yes, just like that.
Perfect. I'm good. That's good. All right. So tell us about your why.
My why is just to help people to become better in their lives and help them become healthier. And my goal is to travel the world. So doing this will be able to help have more time to be able to travel, and I'll still be able to make a difference in other people's lives. Yeah, that's it. I'm short.
Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, traveling is, because then for traveling, right, you need the time to travel.
Yeah, exactly.
Finances to travel. So it's like, everything kind of goes hand in hand.
It'll be perfect.
Yeah. Is your boyfriend on board with all that traveling?
Yes, definitely. That's his goal too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. And Chantel. How do I pronounce that? Am I butchering it, or am I? Oh, sorry. I forgot about your audio. Unmute audio. Okay, there you are. Can you hear us? Oh, we can't hear you. That's sad. Can't hear you. Can anybody else hear her, or is it just me? No. Yeah. But that's okay. As long as you could hear us. Oh, we lost her visual. That's okay. Oh well. All right. So maybe she can, type it into the group later or whatnot. But okay. So just quickly, what you can expect over Coach Basics is 2 weeks. So this is kind of cool because Joe and I started doing a Coach Basics just for our team. I don't know, like 6 months ago or something. And so it's nice because it's a little bit more intimate, you could say, so that we kind of get to know each other a little bit better, and we can, ask lots of questions and, have the question and answer sessions and all that fun stuff. So it's a 2-week group. There will be a video kind of like today. You saw today there's an assignment each day, Monday through Friday. There's nothing on the weekends. The expectation is that if you need to, if you fall behind, if you have a busy day one day, don't stay up till midnight just to get the assignment done. If you have to, you can use the weekend to catch up. So that's Monday through Friday. You can watch, as you saw today, you can watch the video at your convenience. There's not like a specific time you have to log on or anything, but we definitely want you to be watching the video and sharing your takeaways. The takeaways are so essential because it's showing us that you are committed to this group and you're following through with the videos, and then it gives us it helps teach us what you're getting from it, and so that we can kind of have that back and forth, and we can get to know you and your ideas better, and vice versa. There's 3 calls. So we have tonight, and then next Monday at 8 Eastern time, and then the following Monday at 8 Eastern time. So I think it's the 8th, the 15th, and the 22nd. This one was more of like a get to know you, let's share our why type of things. The next 2 calls are really, really, not that this one is not valuable, but the next 2 are like really informative and valuable, and you're going to get a lot of awesome information from them. So definitely try to get on live if you can. But as always, all calls are recorded, and we'll try to get the recording up as soon as we can after the call. When we're done with Coach Basics, if you're feeling like in February you want to do Coach Basics again, maybe you fell behind, maybe you had a family emergency, or maybe you just want to do it again, and that's totally fine. You don't need to move on until you're feeling like you're ready to move on. We host this group the first Monday of every month, so you're welcome to do it again in February, March, April, until you feel like you've mastered it. When you feel like you're ready to move on, we do have another group similar to this for, just the next kind of, there's a next step. So there's a group just like this for the next step, and then another one for the step after that, just so you kind of know, what's ahead. Team Boom is awesome because we do have all of these trainings for our new coaches. I think that's it. Do you guys have any questions? You can unmute yourself. Well, I unmute everybody, so you can just chat if you. Any questions, comments, concerns?
Nope.
No.
I mean, there's a lot of concerns and questions, but like nothing specifically.
Well, like what? What's like one, just for example?
I don't know. I mean, I know my posts aren't strong, and it's just like, how do I make those stronger?
Goal number 3, we're gonna go all over posts and inviting.
Yeah, so I have a feeling they'll get answered.
Yeah, exactly.
Go on my page and scroll back 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
That'll give you all the confidence you need.
Okay. Okay.
No, but honestly, yeah, I mean, you're going to get a lot of great foundational information in this group. I love Coach Basics because it's truly, you guys know, you teachers, you know, I always felt like a lot of stuff I had to do as a teacher, I was just doing it just to do it. But with Coach Basics, I really feel like it's a good use of your time. And the 2 calls will be like really informative. The 2 calls will really help you learn exactly what you need to do as a new coach to kind of get your business moving. Whereas the videos kind of give you the information, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and definitely stay up with your personal development.
Yes. Did everybody listen to Joe's video the other day? There's the free copy of the free version of the 45-second presentation in the files tab in this group. If you don't already have a different personal development book that you're reading.
That book, in my opinion, gives you the best look at the potential for network marketing businesses, which Beachbody is one of them. But unlike
is great. I also love the Slight Edge.
Yeah, the Slight Edge is great too. That is a great one.
It's awesome. That's
There's so many great ones, but start with a 45-second presentation. Stay up with it. And treat personal development as something that is essential.
A daily part of your day, just like brushing your teeth.
Yep.
Do your PD, even if it's like 10 minutes. Just get it done. It puts you in that mindset. And I am one to speak because I used to hate on personal development, and then I realized how awesome it was. Yeah.
Me too.
Well, Joe hated it because
that'll help you with your posting too.
We were reading, and he was falling asleep until yours truly told him to listen to it on audio.
Yeah. Yeah. I also listened to the lady in the bathrobe.
You're fine.
That's kind of like my thing. Yes, Brooke, I will do what you say.
Don't make me sound like I'm bossy.
No, she's
You're not bossy. You're the boss.
You're the girl boss. But
girl boss.
That wasn't my point. My point is,
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
She knows her shit, and sometimes.
But I didn't know my shit at the beginning. I only know my shit because I've been through it.
We learned together.
Yeah.
You learned a little quicker.
All right.
Hey, she's a good mentor, and she's been a great mentor for me. She'll be a great mentor for you guys too. As is
all
Erica.
of us veteran coaches are great mentors.
Erica's our resident badass.
Can you tell? I'm gonna have to get a tattoo, a badass tattoo.
Hey, I got one just to try to keep up with you. Now I'm trying to get my second one.
I'm in.
For a tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great. We'll have a team tattoo party.
Great.
Well, I'll get like TL, like Team Liberate tattooed on her shoulder or something.
You should get like a symbol.
Cool. Like a what?
A symbol.
Yeah.
So, like not clanging to, but like.
Yeah. No, I know.
A representation of our team.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. Love it. Okay. So I'm going to get the recording up as soon as I can, but look forward to day 2 tomorrow. And then always ask questions. If you ever have questions, feel free to ask them in the group. Chances are if you have a question, somebody else in this group has the same question. There's no silly questions. Otherwise, we'll be back here next Monday. Sound good? Next Monday, come prepared. Pen, paper, your phone, your computer, because we're going to actually work next week. Yep. We're going to actually show you like the steps, like the daily tasks that you should be doing as a coach every day. So it's going to be like a very productive 45 minutes or whatever.
Cool.
Okay. All right. We will chat soon. Thanks guys for hopping on.
Thank you.
Bye.